don't delay. Political news and the community updates on the morning takeover. Stream live, stay awake. Like and subscribe. He got the content all the time. Share with your crew. Live on YouTube, don't be shy. He's got the facts straight, never leads you wrong. James Mack, breaking news before the final gong. From city lights to the small towns beat, bringing stories real and raw. No defeat on the morning takeover. It's your daily fix. Tune in or you'll miss the ever-rolling mix. From the Capitol Hill to your neighborhood block, James Mack on the airwaves, always on the clock. He's the man on the street with every beat, delivering the truth, making your morning complete. Got interviews inside from coast to coast, a voice you can trust, he'll never boast. James Mack on the wave, every morning, every day. Got the 92.7, tune in, don't delay. Political news and the community updates on the morning takeover. Stream live, stay away.
And good morning to everyone. This is the Morning Takeover, Monday morning, August the 5th. We're in August, folks. We're in August. We like to say good morning to everybody and everyone that is on the air with us. We're so grateful to have you here. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I got a little rest. Uh, well, I did. I got pretty good rest on this wonderful past weekend that we had, which was great. It was a great, quiet and nice and so forth. And we're just glad it's another day that God has given us, that we're here and we are alive and well. I like to say good morning to everyone that's in our chat. Good morning to all of you. We're just glad to be here, and we're just glad to have this wonderful opportunity to you. You're part of us, and it's just wonderful to come and to be able to share with you information and inspiration on the morning takeover on 92.7 WKRA. Welcome to all of you. I like to say hello to a few people before we get started. Brother Orlando Payton out there in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Like to say good morning to you, sir, to Miss Karen Cox in Illinois. Trisha Henderson over here in the Shelby County, Memphis area. Sisters to Sister, her wonderful organization helping people. Tony Joy, Media and Productions. Like to say good morning to our dear friend Tony Joy, who helps us with all of our production needs and so forth. We're really grateful to Yvonne Moore, to Sharon Reed, to all of you all that are dear listeners, for everybody that's in the bushes. We like to say good morning to the bushes also. But I'm sure they're going to be happy about that. Look, folks, we're going to get the weather in our national story. We got something really amazing for you on today. We're going to be talking about finances, and we got a special segment with one of our family of listeners, one of them that has come in and just going to give us a little something that we can look for. We got to be able to survive in any atmosphere that we're in. And we need to get our finances together. So our special guest today will be our very own Miss Robbins, she's coming in. Like to say good morning to Miss Carolyn Murphy, and my church member, y'all. We had church yesterday. I don't know where y'all go to church. I don't like to go to no dead church. And uh, and you might say, what is that dead church? Well, I like live service and things. It's just good to have my sister Carolyn there. Good morning to you. Wonderful to see you all. Let's get with this weather. Listen, sunshine and dry conditions are expected for at least the rest of this week. The highs Monday and Tuesday will be in the mid to upper 90s with heat indexes are coming back because the heat indexes are going to be well over 100 this week. And I will let you know when those days are. Heat advisory are in effect for the northeast portion of Mississippi and Phillips County and Arkansas. So you're going to get the heat first. It's coming that way. And also from uh, uh, with the effects of this Hurricane Debbie that has made landfall. Uh, this has made landfall, and we're just we're going to hear more about that also. Like to say good morning to everyone. Good morning, y'all. Good morning to. I said what I said. That is our senior partner, our senior person that comes on. And she has wonderful content. She didn't come out the bushes, y'all, but she hadn't been feeling well. I'm just glad to see that she's a part of us and with us on this morning. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to hear a little something from her, see how her weekend went and what she thought about the things that have been occurring during the week. We got other guests that are going to be coming on to discuss some things. But right now, the weather forecast is, and what's going on right now is 75 in Oxford, it's 76 in Olive Branch and South Haven, and it's 76 at WKRA at Holly Springs in the Memphis and Shelby County area. Y'all get ready for it because they say that we got a dry cold front coming in. I don't know what that means as far as the dry uh, cold front. I never heard of it before, but maybe somebody could help me out and show me the way, and maybe we could find out. We have a local story this morning for those of you that had heard about the officer that tragically was unalived in an accident uh, and lost his life. And the person, they had an auto accident with the MPD cruiser, and that family. We send our love and our regards to those families that that are uh, that are out there and that are with doing what they do. We're really praying for them. Uh, any law enforcement officers and those that go out to serve us, we need to keep them in our prayers. But the Memphis Police Department held a vigil on Saturday night to show solidarity and support for the loved ones of the Memphis police officer that was unalive on the job this week. A candlelight vigil was held in honor of Officer Demetrius Johnson, who was tragically unalived in that crash on Friday morning. We were coming off the air and we heard some things on the news line, and we didn't get a chance to say anything. But those that knew Johnson says that this is a impact that will have a true impact on them for life. Also, uh, they speak real highly of him and his duty that he served. He's been a police officer for a short time. He hasn't been a police officer for long, and they said he was like it's just leaving them kind of numb, and it's leaving them kind of numb, and we're praying for them, and we're praying for the Memphis that they're going through. Services have not been announced yet, and we're just happy that uh, everyone has uh, those officers. No one else was hurt, so we're really praying and rooting for them. Let's talk about these Olympics, y'all. Let me tell you something about these Olympics now. Now, I like competition, especially when it gets down to the nitty gritty. And the United States is really hitting them upside the head when it comes down to the medal count. And they're in the lead with 19 gold, 29 silver, 27 bronze medals for a total of 75 medals out of all of the large countries and the major countries that are there. That Simone Biles is something else. Simone Biles is something else, and y'all got the and that Noah Lyles they're talking about, and that Simone Biles was something but this gentleman by the name of Noah Lyles, uh, fast brother took off and won by shoe, I think they said, but he won, and all those that were competing with him. Uh, those of you all that saw some of the Olympics saw the new FloJo, the person that young lady got them fingernails. I don't have her name. Anybody got her name? Let me know. And Mr. Noah Lyles won that 100-meter gold. Okay, I heard that. You know, Robin told me. She said, "Yeah, he won that 100 meters." And I mean, he was flying. Brother was flying. Phew. I can't run that fast no more. But we rooting for our team over there. All of those that have won medals and represented the United States well in the um, Olympics. We're saluting them. Y'all bring home as much gold and silver and the bronze too helps too a lot. Bring some of that bronze to us too, and we're going to root for them. Listen, folks, this morning we have several of our special guests that are here that are in the studio with us, and I'm just glad to be able to have friends and people that we share with, and we like to bring in. Brother Lee is here. Y'all ain't heard from Brother Lee in a while. He been in the bushes, and no, he ain't been in the bushes. He just been a busy man. You know, he works and he is an entrepreneur. He has so many things going on. And he said, "Man, I was trying to get on." And we was trying to make sure that Brother Lee gets on. I'm glad y'all miss us when we're not on. It's a good thing. And I like to say hello to everybody. And I mean everybody that's in our chat. Welcome. Welcome to those of you that are not here now. We're working on the controls here and on WKRA. They're letting me know, somebody's letting me know that they can't hear me now. Everybody in the chat, since this is the 5th day of August, put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me and if I'm coming in clear with you. And for those of you that are maybe at your homes, your places of business, or wherever you are, thank you for coming on to the morning takeover. This is like I said, a show of information and inspiration, and we're going to go forth. If you can hear me pretty good, just put a little 5 there. You know, 5 for the 5th day of August. It's just good to be on here in the 5th day. Somebody didn't make it, but I did. So, and I'm grateful for everybody. I see y'all. Y'all all made it. We got some new features that we got coming to the morning takeover, and we're going to be talking about them as we go. But at this time, I want to bring Brother Lee up, my dear listener and a dear friend of our show. Brother Lee, how are you, man?
I am fine. And you, my brother?
Wonderful, man. All y'all say hi to Lee in the chat. Y'all ain't heard Lee in a long time. You know, he ain't been in the bushes, but we're gonna talk about him because he ain't been here to see us. But I think he's been listening on the side. Brother Lee's been here, and we're so glad to have you. Listen, Brother Lee, I want to ask you something. And when it comes down to the national get down, there's some things that I wanted to bring out. Now, you know, they're still talking about the vice president, and I'm not going to drag or beat a dead horse, but there's some people that I'm disturbed by. And those people are, there's some congressmen and some other people that are kind of dissing the vice president. And I want you to come in and talk about this. You know, they've been saying this and saying that. I'm talking about people that look like me and you that have a problem with the system. We had this congressman by the name of from Florida. His name is Byron Donalds, and he kept uh, repeating. Got the vice president's name wrong and said some things on another network with our broadcast brothers and sisters over at ABC. Um, he was saying that he will continue to run interference for the former president. He's going to support him no matter what, even after what happened at the National Association of Black Journalists. Yes, I am a member of that organization. Don't y'all get mad at me when I said that. And I wanted to know, why is it, or what's going on with our community, why we got certain people that are going against this historic event. And even when President Obama was elected, we had the same problem. I want you to elaborate on it a little bit for us, if you can.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive and blessed to have my health and my strength. And the thing about this is that I thought about it and I've done some research on it. At first, I just couldn't figure out why someone that looks like us and had some of the experiences that we have had as being a minority, being black. Um, I thought about it and I said, why would they vote against their own interests, own self interest? And then you see that they want to be accepted more than they want to help their own self interest. They want to be included into that culture, so to speak, in spite of it working against them. And they think that getting us off. I've heard a brother say, several brothers and sisters say, that
Hmm.
these, they call them handouts, these programs that are set up to help minorities and help everyone, not just minorities. It's set up to help everyone. And they look at them as being crutches for us, but they don't understand that these programs that they put these names to are same as
Hmm.
programs that these middle class and upper middle class and billionaires, they get the same programs. They call them, they're under different names, and they say that they are handouts. But the same thing that they call us, that they say we get handouts, they get the same thing, but they call them hand ups. They call them tax breaks, but they are what they are. They are handouts. They are designed to make them, elevate them even higher than what they are. And they make you ashamed of getting help. They make you feel ashamed of getting help when they get the same help. They don't need it. But that's the thing. It's a psychological warfare. And that's when I see
Wow.
brothers, go ahead, my brother.
No,
Uh,
I'm listening to you. You're
and,
making a great point.
and that's the thing. We have to get out of the mindset concept that these these programs are designed to help us. We don't have enough programs, and that's the thing. The schools are worse. The job situation is worse. We have deserts, what you call food deserts in our
Food desert.
community
Yeah.
that they don't have. They don't know what it is to have it. Sometimes you get brothers and sisters that have been away from the community so long that we call upper middle class brothers, that they don't realize that it's still suffering down here.
Yeah.
People are still trying. And what we need is education, better education, better jobs, better programs to
Hmm.
get better jobs. We need vocational programs set up to get these kids off the street, to give them inspiration, to give them ability, the tools that they need to get these jobs. And there's jobs out
Yeah.
here. It's just that we don't have the
Yeah.
programs set up to get these jobs. And we
Well,
want
Brother
to
Lee,
work.
what I want to ask you, what I want to ask you is this also, and this is the little bit of what we're going to be discussing also economically. You said you touched a little bit on it, but with along with an education, you got to take care of yourself. And there are people. We've been there. All of us have been there. We had to live. It seemed like paycheck from paycheck to paycheck. What do you think that the Biden? I mean the yeah. Well, do you think that the Harris proposal to helping the country get on its feet versus what Mr. Trump is saying? Um, which one do you think that? And I kind of probably know your answer, but I don't look and try to assume anything. One says we're going to take away all of these agencies that help, like the Department of Education, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and things like that, that really will help the community. What is your opinion about the plans or the things that you've heard these two candidates say?
Well, Donald Trump says he's going to take you back to a place where there is no hope. And Mrs. BP Harris is gonna take us to a place where we're gonna elevate ourselves. And Donald Trump is telling you, look, I have nothing for you. He's telling you that. He's telling you I have no programs that's going to help you. It's going to help his rich friends. He gave them a tax break. He gave them the upper middle class and the rich, the super rich. He gave them. They only were the one qualified for that tax break. He gave them a tax break, and he'll do it again, but on a larger scale. And that's what he's shaking hands with Putin. There was a time when it was a very short time that we would never collaborate with the Russians, and he's saying Putin
Never.
is his friend. This is what you
Wow.
want.
Yeah,
He
he did
says
say that.
he says he is a leader of a country. He wants to be the leader of a country. He wants to be a world leader, but he's shaking hands with the very country that wants to bring us down. That's crazy.
That's true. That's
And
true. It
how
is.
can you
It is.
lead when you're actually collaborating with the number one country that says that it has the power? He says it has the main purpose is to bring the U.S. down, to destroy it.
Wow.
And when you
Yes.
see that, it's crazy. You got you got Mrs. Harris, VP Harris. You got Mrs. VP
Yes.
Harris. She's intelligent, she's motivated, and she wants to take the country into a place where we need to be, because it's not about just us. It's about our grandkids. It's about our great grandkids. It's about them. It's
Yeah.
about the future of the country. And it doesn't take, and I'm going to say this real quick, it doesn't take
I want you. Yeah.
400,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
400
ahead.
years. They say poverty, they say the poor will be here always. It's in the Bible.
It's true.
And that's the
Yeah.
part about the Bible I just don't want to buy into,
Yeah.
because the poor, this country has so much, it could annihilate the poverty
Poverty.
overnight.
Yeah.
Listen, if
That's
we
true.
can
Well,
pull
Lee,
up a
I want you
trillion,
to stand by for 1 second. Don't you go nowhere. Stay where, put a pin right there. We're going to take our first break of the morning, and we don't go nowhere, because what you're saying is very, very, very important. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I have Lee is my guest, one of my wonderful guests that is coming on. We got another one of our guests that are going to come in. We're asking that you just be patient with us. We're on our way up. We got our hard hats on. We got some things coming up. Blessings are always in store, as a friend of mine said. Y'all stand by. We'll be right back after this quick break that we're going to have. You're listening to the Morning Takeover.
Always on the clock. He's the man on the street with every beat, delivering the truth, making your morning complete. Got interviews inside from coast to coast. A voice you can trust. He'll never fold. James Mack on the wave every morning, every day. Got
And we're back on the morning takeover. I'm James Mack, your host. And I'd just like to inform you that as we're working through our new platform as far as bringing on different segments on the morning takeover for your information and inspirational listening pleasure. We're setting things up, and we have a new system in place where you can support the morning takeover. It takes quite a bit to put our program together. There's a lot of things that we are attempting to do. We would like and we need your help. And hey, it's nothing wrong with saying so. If you have a service, a business that you have and that you offering, and you would like to get advertising, listen, go to JMCCRAY0307 at gmail.com. Once again, that is JMCCRAY0307 at Gmail for all of your inquiries about our show. If you got a question or if you would like to advertise, and you'll be surprised at what we would have to offer. We're grateful for Tony Joy Productions and Media for assisting us with our uh, publication and with our needs for producing your advertising. You send your inquiry to jmccray0307 at gmail.com, and we will steer you in the right direction. Also, we have a new uh, Cash App. Now, right now, we're not monetized, and we have a lot of people that would like to support us. And on our YouTube channel, you'll see on the screen, all it simply is $ morning takeover. And I thank you for your support. I'm reaching out to my friends. I'm reaching out to those listeners that enjoy the morning takeover every day. We have something getting ready to come up. And as we prepare for we'll talk about that in the next in our next after our next break that we have. My guest right now is Brother Lee, and also guess who came to see us today? Yes, it's none other. I wish I had some drums or something to roll for this wonderful person that's coming on. I said what I said, and she's here. With Brother Lee is still here with us. I'm glad to have him here also with us. We're going to bring her in when she wants to come in. Brother Lee, we were leaving and we were discussing some things, and I like to just emphasize that with everything that's going on, and it looks like we do have a choice in the matter to pick our next leader and to pick the person that we feel that should lead our country. But then economically, we're left out. Why are we always the last to get the benefit? Why are we the last to get or do we get just the crumbs or off of the table, as they say? Why is it that we're always behind? And when it comes down to making policy, it seems like we're put on the back burner. When you said the poor would be with you always, it just seemed like our brothers and sisters are barely catching up with finances. Come on, talk to us a little bit about what you think about the plans so far that's being put out about about financing and helping with the programs of the federal government.
Well, my brother, I would say we have proven that we have the resources as a country. It's been proven. They say we don't have it, and then the COVID hits, and $1 trillion drops out the sky. So if we make it a priority, if we decide as a country to make it a number one priority, we can do it. We can annihilate poverty, educate everyone, provide a job to those who want a job, not just a job, a good paying job. This country can provide good paying jobs. It's just that we don't require that it does it. Vocational schools actually pay more than college educations. It's a fact. Check the numbers. You come out of a vocational school, you're gonna make, 50,000 plus. You come out of college with a master's degree, you'll start at the bottom. You will not maybe get a job in that field. You come out of college with an education, with a diploma, you may not get a job in that field. You'll end up working in another field entirely different from what you were educated from, whether you have a diploma in. That's a fact. They can look up the information. But you come out of a
Right.
vocational school with no loans to be paid. You come out of a college, you're going to have loans, hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes to be paid, and it'll take you all the course of your working life to pay that off. You come out of a vocational school, make more than that, make 50,000 plus with
Yeah.
no loans to pay. And all you need is a GED or better. What's the advantages to that is extraordinary. And we get the kids off the streets and we stop, listen, kids can't go, these drug dealers can't go to Colombia and get these drugs. These drugs are
No.
brought in by if these drugs are brought in by, and I'm going to tell you the truth, it's brought in by our police department. and
Wow.
and we say that yeah, it's one bad egg, two bad eggs. If you see one roach, it's 1,000 behind the wall. We have to require that these policemen, our law enforcement officers, have insurance. If they had insurance, they would think twice before they did anything that's compromising what they promised, what they put on their hands on the Bible and swear to do. You see, that's the
Yeah.
thing. If they would know that their job would be in jeopardy and no insurance company would insure them, then they would not
Yes.
have this behavior because they know they can't get a
Wow.
job anywhere if they have a bad record. So we
Yeah.
require them to have
Well,
insurance. Okay.
yes.
I'm,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Stand state right there, Lee. I said what I said. I know that you're here. Good morning to you, ma'am. I think you're, yeah, you're here. Good morning.
Good morning, James. Good morning, everyone.
How how you feeling today? I know you've been under the weather and you've been dealing with some things, and we're glad to have you back. Y'all say hello to our dear friend in the chat now. She's here, and she's going. I got to hear what she has to say now. Brother Lee was putting us and filling us with information about how things are going and the things that are happening, and also with better education, with better opportunities that we as a community can go forward. My question to you is, as a businesswoman and as a woman that has worked in the work field before, and have you've been around, how things go as far as on the workforce. What do you think between the two, Miss Vice President Harris and Mr. Trump's, what their economic plan that you know of right now? Give us that comparison and what you think about each of them, please.
Well, I really don't know what Kamala's plan is because she haven't really laid it out, in my opinion. She's just really been saying that she want to be the president and she want to take us to the future versus the past. And it kind of sounds like the same policies that Biden has, like a continuance of what he's doing. As far as
Mm,
Trump goes, Trump don't have a plan. His plan is the Project 2025, which he didn't have any say so over or what have you. Trump is the type of person
yeah,
that want everybody else to do the legwork and then he'll get out there and take the credit. So I don't really think he have a
yeah,
clue of what's going on either. But his plan is the Project 2025. I believe that Kamala, she said that she wants to help with the student loans, which is, I
yeah,
feel like they ought to wipe everybody's student loan off because student loan, college really is at this point the biggest scam in America. Just like Lee said, if you're not a doctor or a lawyer of something of that nature, maybe an architecture, I can maybe throw them in there. College really doesn't benefit you that much when it comes to trying to find a job in your field. Maybe scientists, the higher up education courses would land you a job. But if you're doing anything like in business or school teacher or anything lower than a higher profession, he's right. You're not going to make that much money. You can get the trade of being a welder, maybe work on airplanes. What's they call aeronomics. If you do
Aeronaut,
some,
aeronaut.
yeah, if you do some of those type jobs, then yeah, you will make more money. And the problem
Yeah,
is, everybody is not college bound, and everybody is not. If they go to college, they're not. A lot of people. I've seen people go to college for 4 years, even 8 years, and get out
yeah.
of college and do something totally different than what they were trained to do. And so
Wow.
I just feel like, yeah, really college is more to me, in my opinion. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from going to college, but to me, it's more of a money scam than anything. The price of college
Yeah.
has risen. It's just skyrocketed. You barely can afford to go to college these days. They
Wow.
don't have any vocational training in high school, which when I was in school, that's what a lot of kids, were taking those classes to be the vocational classes, so that they could be
Yeah.
workforce ready once they got out of high school. And little by little,
Mhm.
they're taking that out of our public schools, and they're trying to do all of this private school stuff, which is just crazy to me. Like every kid don't want to go to a private school either. What are you going to do with
Yeah.
the public schools are just going down, and so I
Wow.
just I just feel like that they just need to put more money into education. And Trump said that
Hmm.
he didn't want to take Head Start out. So those are the two stark differences that I can see with them. But uh, the plan is to get
Okay.
everybody on board, not just a few people. And so I don't know what they're going to have to come up with, but we need to do something
Yeah.
different other than just fund private schools and ban books.
Brother, yeah. Brother Lee, I want to ask you to piggyback on. I'm sorry I said what I said. I wasn't trying to step on you, and I'm listening to something in my ear. It had hit me in the ear. I'm so sorry about that. Uh, I want to ask you, Brother Lee, also to piggyback off of what I said. What I said. That rhymes, y'all. Y'all know that rhymes. Okay. I said what I said. Said okay. What she said was, and I asked this question before: college versus trade school. Um, Give us the comparison. What the advantages of both, or should we best be shooting for or towards more participation in these great trade schools that we have, or should we just go ahead and go in debt and go to college? What you got to say about that, sir?
Well, brother, you just happen to hit a subject I'm an expert on as far as vocational education. I've attended two vocational institutions. One was welding, one was truck driving. And let me tell you that I'm going to give you a quick story. My brother, he's passed away. His name was Jerry. He went to trade school, and I couldn't have been more than 18, 19. And I had a kid, and at 18 years old, and I didn't listen to anybody. Just went out there and did what I wanted to do, and I wanted to step up into my responsibility and said I was not going to abandon my family. I was going to stand there, and I'm going to do whatever I had to do to see my family have a better life. So, and I see my kids raised with two parents in the home. I stayed there and I did it. I don't want to be a pat on the back because that's what I was supposed to do. So, but anyway, he showed me his check when he came out of trade school and got a job. He said, "Look, listen, I was sitting on the couch." He said, "In my mother's house," and he said, "Look, this is what you can make." That following Monday, I went into that program, and they put me in that school. And next, my other brother went into that program. He followed me right back, and the other brother, he went into that pro. All four of us ended up being welders. We went into welding school, and we came out and we made very good money. We were able to take care of our
Wow. Okay.
families. And then I proceeded to go into trucking school. It took me 6 weeks, and I
Wow.
came out, made even more
Versus
money.
versus 4 years.
Yes,
Versus
versus
four
4 years,
years.
I was you could make $100,000, end up owning my own trucking company, several trucks, and doing that started from absolutely nothing, bad credit, no credit. God did it,
Yeah.
and no one wanted to give me any money for a truck. But then the next day, following couple of days, I came out. They say, "Lily, we got a truck for you." And I ended up getting one truck, two trucks, and having employees. So that's a wonderful thing. Vocational school compared to, I don't knock universities. My kids went to universities. My kids attended college and have degrees. My daughter, actually, she had a scholarship. She had a scholarship to France. She went to a university in France, and then she came back and she had another scholarship to go to a university in Africa. And she came back from that. She got a master's in publishing, and she has a major degree in French. She speaks several languages. And my other daughter, she went to Howard University, and she got a degree in psychology, and she'll be in a managing supervisor at a major bank. And so was my other daughter. So I don't knock education, but they are working in a field that they did not go to college for. So that
Wow.
tells you what that education has done for them. Absolutely, they didn't need the education to do what they needed to do. So college is a scam, and I would piggyback on what the sister said. College is a
So do you
scam
think
now.
it really is? Do you think it's a
Oh,
scam
most
or
definitely. I
all of
mean,
this?
you need it for engineering. You need it to become a doctor. You need it for those things. But
Mm,
for the things that they're studying for, marketing and sales. And listen, I'm in sales right now, and I teach marketing and I
okay.
teach sales, and I never went to university, and I teach people who have degrees. I'm the best in my field, and no one can outsell me, can outmarket me. I know techniques that haven't been taught. So, and I haven't attended any collegiate or university type of education. So
Yeah.
that's what I want to say. Vocation
Well,
education.
I want, yeah.
Yes.
But you know something, and all of these student loans, I said what I said, and you're hitting the nail on the head. And our one of our and Miss Murphy, Carolyn Murphy, says she's an advocate for vocational schools. Going back to the pros and the cons of vocational school, I said what I said. I wanted to know your version because you said that a lot of people that were in your age group and at that time um, selected, as Mr. Lee says, selected to go to vocational school for whatever the reason is. And I wanted to ask also, and we're going to be talking about finance a little bit later, but I wanted to say, I wanted to get your opinion about the cost and the time and so forth and so on about how we approach our higher education. I said what I said.
Well, like I said, you can put it in high school. Just like now they have these kids getting prepared for college in high school. They can also get them prepared to go to the workforce like they prepared us to go to the workforce after high school. And vocational schools are way more cheaper than college could ever think about being, and the time is less because a lot of kids don't have that patience to wait 4 to 6 years or 8 years, or what, depending on the degree. Is a lot of kids just don't have that patience to even go to school for that long period of time. And also I just want to bring minimum wage in also. America is set up to fail It's set up for the everyday person to fail, in my opinion. Look how long it's taken for them to even think about increasing the minimum wage. The states are having to increase minimum wage versus the federal. I think the federal minimum wage is like $7 or what have you. I believe you get more on welfare than you do on than the minimum wage. It don't even benefit
I
you to
think
go
it's
to work.
725 nationally. Yeah, I think it's
It's
720. No,
yeah,
I don't
seven
think you
twenty
can make it
five.
on seven.
But how long ago has that been since it's been since it's been an increase? What, 15, 20 years?
Yeah,
I
on the
believe.
national level, yeah,
I haven't really did the research on it, but it's been a minute. It's been almost 2 decades, in my opinion. All I'm saying
wow,
is, um, if you implement more vocational training in high school, you would get more participation in the workforce, and you would have more people being more successful versus trying to
yeah,
push this college on everybody. And I'm not knocking college. Like I said, some people, are smart enough and have the endurance to go to college. But every kid doesn't want to go
yeah,
to college. Some of them don't even want to be in high school. So how are you going to introduce college to them? You're having a hard time with them even just completing high school. And that's another thing that's being a failure in America. Um, for a while, we had a graduation rate, that was really successful and really high, and now it's dropping again.
mhm,
And why is that? And so it's like, I don't know. These schools are setting our kids up to for failure. And like Brother Lee said, you can put truck driving school in high school, just like you have driver's education in there. You can have truck driver school, in there as well. Maybe not so much of you doing the actual training of driving the truck, but you definitely can. And I'm sure it has some type of book portion of it that you have to learn. So just putting the different programs in school where the kids would be interested. We had shop
right,
where the guys would do fix on cars. When I was in high school, you could just work half a day and go to school half a day. And the manufacturing also plays a big part in people being successful, because working at a manufacturer place, sometimes, especially like if you work at GM, when I was in a metroplex, people were making 25, 30, 40, $50 an hour. And that's more than what a educated college person can make that's went to school, in some instances 8 years. And so it's just all about balance, and just really uh, putting back, just really, what am I trying to say? Um, as far as America go, invest in America and then invest in our kids, and then we will be more successful. And there's nothing wrong with programs with helping you, to be successful. But you just have to have the
yeah,
correct programs, and and just look at it again and just reevaluate it and just make smart decisions, about our children, because it seems like we don't forgot
yeah.
about them.
Okay. Well, Brother Lee, I want to ask you also a little follow up on your experiences with higher education. When you participated in these courses at trade school, how difficult was it for you to enroll? Did they give you a problem, or is there a situation that they um, put you in? Say, for instance, what were the benefits of that particular trade school? We know what college is like, and those of you that gone to college and had to get the tuition, me included, and I got a student loan. At least I got it forgiven by the thank you to the Biden administration for forgiving all, and when I say all, I mean all of my student loans. And we're gonna talk about finances in a minute. But Brother Lee, I want to know what were the advantages? What was the real draw uh, to you going to trade school versus a 4 year university?
Okay, my brother, example number one is the length of time that you spend. It goes from 6 weeks in trucking school to maybe 2 years in tool and die. That's an apprentice thing. Welding, I went to welding school, took 9 months to a year. and welding and various other vocations. They treat you like an adult when you're there. They expect you to be on time. They give you some, you are motivated because they inspire you by bringing other people in that have those jobs, and they tell you what the job is going to entail, and they give you an idea. They give you better than an idea. They give you a very vivid picture. The amount of money that trade schools, the government pays for that. They used to have programs where they paid for that trade school. It even gave me enough money to catch a bus, pay a bill, and eat a lunch. So you didn't have to worry about whether you were hungry or not. So those things were taken care of.
Okay.
It's a great opportunity. Listen, I'm gonna give you real quick. The government can do it because when
Yeah.
they had World War II, they mobilized everyone. They put women. Women went to the factories and built things for the army, and they put them.
No, no.
And,
Not the
and
sisters was welding and everything too, huh?
that's what I'm saying. Well, sisters as well. They mobilized them in a few months. They were doing this. They put everyone together. There were roads being built. Everything They made it a number one priority. Now we can make war on poverty, make war on education, and we can mobilize everyone, build better schools in our communities, in the poorest of communities, build a better school and make the kids glad to get there, make a better, safer situation. Listen, the kids are waiting to be inspired. But the schools
Wow.
that they go to, man, the air conditioner don't work, the heat doesn't work, the windows are busted out,
Oh
the
man.
lunches are
Oh,
bagged
we'd be
lunches
in
now.
trouble.
They don't have a cafeteria. The
Oh
things
yeah.
that they don't have, the facilities are inundated, are old,
Yeah.
adequate. Just how you expect you go to it. Listen, my kids live in an affluent community where everything works. The school works.
Yeah.
The everything
Yeah.
works for you. The garbage man picks it up on time and don't leave the garbage in the street when he picks it up. I mean, that's the but we don't live in that community. If we get those facilities, those kind of things done, we can have a better country, a better world. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. You want to build a
Right.
better country? Invest in it. You invest in
Yes.
your bank accounts, and you invest in your stock market. You invest in those coliseums that you have for your football
Yes.
teams. You give them $2 billion to build it, and he's a billionaire. But we vote to give $2 billion to a billionaire, and say that's going to create jobs. Put $2 billion in
Mhm.
the black communities, in the Hispanic communities, in the impoverished communities, be it black, white, green, or blue. Put some money in these communities like you do the football stadiums and the basketball stadiums and the soccer stadiums. They quick to ask
Mhm.
for money, and they get together real quick, and they try to decide on how much money to give them, and they give them as much as they
Yeah.
want.
Wow.
So that's
Well,
what I see.
listen, I wanna say this. I wanna say this, and and we're going to I say what I said. I wanted you to come in on this part too. And the benefits that Mr. Lee was talking about, how there used to be programs. I remember, I don't know if any of you all remember the CETA program. If you remember the CETA program, let me know in the chat if you remember that program that they had, where I saw the sisters going to these classes, graduating out of them, and the next thing you know, I saw them working in corporate America, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Amico, anywhere. They had these skills, computer skills, typing skills. Um, when they came out with word processors and all those other things, um, I wanted to elaborate on again the benefits that it had for like the working mothers and the single parents and the people that were trying to get into the programs. Is it beneficial? Has it been beneficial? I said what I said. The trade schools and things that are going on. If in your experience that you've had, even with people that you've known that have gone there.
Well, I'm a product of the CETA program also because I was able to work as a kid. And yeah, it's beneficial because the CETA program kept a lot of my boys from being wayward in school. It kept the boys off the streets. And I'm not just saying the boys, the girls also, because in the time frame when I graduated, that's when drugs really kind of hit the streets. And so the CETA program was able to keep people focused and to get you in the mindset of working. Now, they still should implement that, and that's another thing. Kids just don't have anything to do, and a lot of times, by the time especially young men, by the time they hit 14, 15, 16, they already have records, and so that kind of knocked them out for the workforce, or either the mindset of even trying to work because they've already delved into something else that's not beneficial for them. And so it's to me it's set up now for all of the young guys to be in the penitentiary. So it's set up everybody, to me, the young black guys and the guys of color and some of the other guys, just young men period, is set up to go to the
Hmm.
penitentiary because they don't have anything else to do or nothing to look forward to. So yeah, Cedar was
Yeah.
it played a very big part in my life and even in my community. And I just feel like they need to, like Lee said, they need to reinvest back into Black America. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that that they owe us anything, but if you go to any city in any state in America, the black neighborhood, you can tell it right away versus the other
Yeah.
neighborhoods. Everything is run
With
down.
yeah. Go
The
ahead. Go
houses,
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
the, everything is run down. The houses are mostly 50 to 100 years old, and if you don't have, if it's just hard for you to be inspired when everything around you seem like it's crumbling and tearing down. And as far as the schools go, they're not really building any. Only time they'll build a new school is when the lead. When they have to close it down for lead base for our black schools. So I just think they need to invest in our community a little bit more so everybody can have an opportunity to be a little bit more successful.
All right. My guests have been today are wonderful listeners who have been with us from day one. Brother Lee was in the bushes a long time ago. I said what I said, came right on in, and I'm grateful for you all being on. You all can stick around because coming up right after the break, we're going to be talking a little bit about finances, how we can be financially educated and how we can divert and kind of put our money away where it will work for us. We got a wonderful guest again that has been around. Y'all know who she is. Sister Robin is going to come on and give us a little of her expertise on the financial end of what should we be expecting? What should we be doing? What should we be getting in hand of? What information that will be helpful to help us to get to where we need to get, even in the financial situation. It's good to have a job, but what are you going to do with those ways? I know you got bills, I know you got obligations, and you have things that uh, you want to do. And we're going to just take this quick break. I'll be right back after um, this quick and brief pause that we're going to take. This is the morning takeover, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Yeah, we're in stereo. I got my guests are here, and we're going to have Sister Robin's going to come up in a couple of minutes right after we come back from our break to talk about some financing, and we're going to tie it in together as we go along. This is the morning takeover.
Got the 92.7. Tune in, don't delay. Political news and the community. Updates on the morning takeover. Stream live, stay awake. Like and subscribe. He got the content all the time. Share with your crew. Live on YouTube, don't be shy. He's got the facts straight. Never
And we're back on the morning takeover 92.7 on your FM dial, WKRA. And once again, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for sharing with us on this morning. As I was saying earlier on our other break, we're getting ready to move to higher heights and, yes, deeper depths. I hope we're not in debt, but we're not going to be. But we're moving forward with our new uh, our takeover, the morning makeover, as I would say, that we're having here on the morning takeover show. Look, we're looking for those of you that have services. If you got a service, if you have a business that you operate, whether it's whatever it is, real estate. Now, certain things I'm not going to do, like people trying to unalive folks, all that old stuff. Now, we don't need that business. We need your business that you might have, and you might just you'll be surprised at what we can do here on the morning takeover. Also, in conjunction with the morning takeover, Tony Joy Media and Production will handle and take care of those needs for you to develop and to create that actual um, production. So give us drop us a line at jmccray0307 at gmail.com. Once again, that is jmccray0307 at gmail, and we'll get all of your needs handled for you. And we're just glad that we have an opportunity to just simply be here to help you with all of your needs and to give you an opportunity to get your message out to the people. Also, we have a brand new Cash App. Yes, we do. We have a brand new Cash App. If you like the morning takeover, we don't mind. We're not monetized at this time. We're just moving along and we're doing what we do. If you like what we do, you can support us here at the morning takeover. It is $ morning takeover, just like it is. $ morning takeover. And we thank you for your support. Speaking of money, our next guest, who we all know, and I hope that I said what I said. She sticks around for this because I want to get her input. Also, we have Sister Robin here with us. Sister Robin's been with us for a few weeks, and it seems like we got her now. We ain't gonna let her go. She ain't going nowhere, and we're just glad to have her because let me tell you something. She has she has uh, a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of information that she's going to give to us on today that's going to help us in the financial realm. And I like to also say that in the coming days, we're going to have uh, someone very special, like I said, Sister Carolyn Murphy. I didn't mean to call her sister. She is my sister from the church. But Carolyn Murphy, who is a mental health advocate, and she's certified in recovery in the state of Tennessee. She's going to be coming with us later on in the week and help us to understand what the mental health challenges and the things that are going on in the mental health arena that we may need help with, and maybe some questions that you might have about the mental health situations. You know that there are some things that are going on um, that has happened in the news where there were people that were that did have some issues, but it seemed like the police department and those officers don't know how to deal with it. We're going to talk about all of that coming next week. We're going to have her on. We want y'all to welcome Carolyn when she comes on next week. I mean, this week, and we're going to have her. Now I have Sister Robin with us here, and we're going to break bread for about for the next couple of minutes. I said what I said. I want you on here because I want to get your opinion on what's going on. This is Money Monday. I'm going to call it Money Monday. This is a segment that we have today that we're going to turn Robin loose and let her talk about some of the things that concerns us about our finances? What about that college fund? What about that nest egg that you're trying to save? What are you trying to get a house? What about your credit scores? The things that she's aware of and that she's abreast of, she's going to give it to us at this time. So hey everybody, y'all welcome Robin to the stage, as we say. She's up.
Hey,
Hey
hey,
Miss
hey.
Robin.
Hello, hello,
All
hello.
right, all right.
Good
How
morning.
are you? How are
I'm
you?
fantastic.
I
Fantastic. Good
said what
morning,
I
Pat.
said is with us.
Good
Okay. I
morning,
said what I
Pat.
said.
Yes,
She's
yes,
here
yeah, I'm
too.
still with you. Good morning, Robin.
How you doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Money Madness Monday. Last week, we talked about price gouging. We talked about inflation. We talked about prices at the gas pump. Before we get off into it, I wanted to touch a bit on trade schools and community colleges. Yep, it was a fiery conversation. Wanted to get in on it and give my little tidbit. I agree with Mr. Lee. Trade schools are the best. I had the privilege of going to a trade school that turned into a community college. I returned back to school at 42 years old, obtained a hospitality management degree, and started a business right after. Washburn was a trade school that had been purchased or had been taken over by the city colleges of Chicago. So, my suggestion would be those young people that want to go to college, go to community college first, see it's college for you, and then take the necessary steps to build a better life. That's my that's my take on schools. Now, let's get to money. So again, last week we talked about inflation, gas prices. So I put my money cape on and said, tell the people exactly what you do to sustain those money woes. Okay, so you talked about CETA, James. I am a product of CETA as well as I said what I said. CETA in Chicago, Illinois, I use them for utility and gas because it is expensive in the wintertime. So, CETA is a program that I believe is needed for the Chicagoan low income individual. When we talk about programs, Mr. Lee, I have to say I disagree. I feel like we do have too many programs, but I do feel like we could utilize those programs to get us to a higher level, such as those trade schools that you and I have attended. Um, Such as, okay, the rules and the red tape that it takes to be on welfare. It reminds you of slavery. And I think that that's what the Black Republican is looking at. So let's take some ideas. We talked about how we could grow community wealth. Here's my suggestion. Number one, get with your community advisor. Let the community advisor know, hey, we would like a financial advisor to come in and talk about investing in the community, investing in things that you love, products that you use. Um, let's put up the first slide, a stock. What is a stock? Can you put that slide up for me, James? I'll talk a little bit about it. No, those are fractional shares. A stock, though, is a share in a piece of a share of a company that you can help grow and can help you grow. That's the best, simplest term. Here it is. A stock is a security that represents a partial ownership stake in a company, also known as equity of shares or stock. Stockholders are entitled to a proportion of the company's assets, earnings, and voting power based on percentages of stock they own. Companies issue stocks usually through an initial public offering, also called an IPO, to raise money for growth. Stockholders can then buy and sell shares on the stock market where prices are influenced by expectations of the company's earnings. Okay, so we all love craft. Kraft is going nowhere. Nestle is going nowhere. If you can get your phones out, get your Googles out, pull up Kellogg or Nestle, any of those, look at how much the stock cost. If that is a product you love and you like and has been around for centuries, invest in it. You do not have to buy an entire stock. You can buy what is called a fractional stock. Can you put that definition up for me? I'm going to talk a little bit about fractions. So, a stock may be $300, okay? And let's just
Okay,
say,
you want to talk? Okay, is there a particular one that you like?
we could do this one right here. Okay, so let's just take
Okay,
Nike. Nike, of course, they make gym shoes, clothes. Your kids come to you. I want these ridiculous amount pair of gym shoes. I'm going from a personal experience. My child just asked me for $300 gym shoes. I've never
for
had a pair.
$300.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my. Okay. Okay.
So I told her, go look at the stock. How much is Nike stock? Because why? She is my broke best friend. She cannot pay me back. So I have to get my money back some kind of way. That stock right now, as I checked yesterday, was $74.01. I don't care if I pay $25, a third of a share, a piece of a share. Purchase that share before you buy that product. You've got to get your money back. It's about retention. Okay, gas prices. Gas prices are enormous. We are angry at BP, Shell, and all of the following. Invest in them, guys. Pull up the stock. BP is owned by Exxon Corporation. Can you please pull up there you go. The Exxon Mobil Corp stock is $116.88. But Robin, I've only got $50. Take that $50 and buy what is called a fraction of a share. You're buying a portion of it. You're still.
So you can buy some of it. You don't have to buy the whole share. You
You
can
don't
buy
have
half
to
of
buy
it.
the whole share. Buy a piece of it. Buy a little bit of it. Louis Vuitton is one of my dream designers. Yes, when I become wealthy, I will have a full luggage Louis Vuitton set. Can you put Louis Vuitton up there for me?
Okay, I'm going to. Here
There you
we
go,
go. I
right
think.
there. Louis
Wait a
Vuitton.
minute. So
Go ahead.
so Hennessy. So Hennessy.
Yes,
I saw.
that's what I
I
was
saw
going
some.
to ask.
I saw some. I saw some. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So
I saw
Louis
some.
Vuitton stock is also a holder of Hennessy, Moet, and I think a couple of others. So to me, in my brain, that is what I call a multi-stock. That means my money is going to go into all of those companies. And I don't have to purchase $138 worth. I could purchase $60 and come back and purchase more once the gains have come in. Look at those. You see how low that number is and how it shot up? Somebody's buying a handbag, somebody's
Yeah.
drinking.
Mm. So
Way
is that the liquor company Moet and Hennessy
Hennessy.
Moet is the liquor company?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. And Louis Vuitton owns that company, so it's like a subsidiary of them.
Correct. Correct. You got
Okay.
it. So get with a financial advisor. No, I am not a financial advisor. I do not play one on TV as well. But if you have some questions that I can answer, hit me up. Instagram, Big Mama's Kitchen 82012. And that's all I have for you guys today.
Well, I got a question before you go. See, you
Well,
kind of
come
leave and
on.
tell us about the money, and I want to know some things. Now, one of our guests, soon to be one of our presenters, Miss Carolyn Murphy, says she
I
agrees
see.
100%
Yes.
with the
I
person.
see. She
Okay, well, see,
cash out.
Carolyn is a believer. I need a loan, Carolyn. No, I don't need a loan. But I
Okay.
want you to discuss a little bit about, if you take a couple of seconds to tell us about what your knowledge of fractional stocks.
Shares and
Give
fractional
us a
stock.
little bit
Okay.
more.
So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want you to put up then for me the Fidelity and the Charles Schwab. So these
Let's see.
are the companies that
Got it.
I
No,
use
not that.
to invest in
That's
stock.
Nike. I don't know where you got me here.
I should
Forgive me, y'all. I'm on it.
no,
No,
right
that
there.
ain't it.
That's it. Go back.
That was it. Okay,
That
I
was
go
it.
back. Okay, there we are, right there.
Charles
Okay, now
Schwab.
say what.
Charles Schwab is one of the investment
And we ain't
firms.
trying to give them no
We're
free
not.
advertising. They just get
We're
this
not.
one
They
shot.
don't pay us.
Robin, since
Look, they don't
we
pay
gonna
us.
make you go out and we're gonna make them you go out and get the advertising for them.
You
I'm
know
just
I
messing
will, but I got to tell the
with
people
you.
what I've done. I've got to tell the people what
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
done. So this is
What you
where
do?
I purchase my whole stocks. If I want to purchase a whole stock or a fraction of a stock, this is one of the resources I use or the tools I use. Also, put the next one up, Fidelity. You can download these. These are mobile apps.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. I
Fidelity
think
is
I got that.
another one. Highly
Okay.
recommended. No, they don't pay us. Yes, I'm going to go after our money, James. Don't worry. But
Okay. Go after
I
our money.
use them for investing. For beginners,
Hmm.
I say work with a financial advisor. If you
Yes.
don't want to work with a financial advisor and you want to do it yourself, then that's when I say go to Robinhood, Cash App, places of that nature that you control the money. If
Yes.
you know how to watch stock charts, I don't know how to do those things like that. I'm not a professional like that, but if you like watching those charts and you know about those, invest $25, guys, $50, not much, just to
Yeah.
get the money going, get you some retention going, and then we'll talk about investing it in other places. Okay.
Yes. Listen. I am so happy that we have such wonderful, wonderful, informed guests. And somebody says, "Well, you got to put them on." Well, she's coming on. We're gonna have, we're gonna have to figure out what to call the segment, Mad Money or what?
Call
Not
it
Mad Money. That is
Money
corporate. We can't do that.
Madness Monday.
Okay, y'all heard her now. She says that Money Madness Monday. She's gonna come on Mondays and give us a little something about how we're going to make us some money, invest some money. How about that? I said what I said. What do you think about that situation about making us some money? We need us some money, don't we? Need some money.
Yeah, I'm invested.
Yes.
It sounds great, and I'm invested in the stock
But
market also. But I
Yeah.
wanted to
see,
say
that's
one
why you
thing about.
quiet. Oh,
I
wait, wait,
wanted.
wait, 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 wait. Before you do that, I'm gonna talk about you. You know I'm gonna talk about. Now you over there in the cut, not the bushes. She ain't in the bushes. She's right here with us, but she's sitting in the cut. You know how people sit in the cut. They got a secret. They ain't gonna tell you. So you invest also. Give us a little. We got a couple of minutes to go. So do you think that this is interesting information that Robin has given to us?
Yeah, it's great information that she's given, and investing into the stock market is a good thing, but just make sure that you have extra money to invest because sometimes, like she said, that stock can go up and down. Most of the
Exactly.
time, it depends on the economy. When they say the economy is good, then you know your stocks are good. Also, with your job, some people, I don't know if you guys know, but when you invest with your job, sometimes they have a 401 plan or a 400 plan. Check with your company also to to see if they invest because that's really how I got started. And if you do invest with your company, or even not, just make sure you ask your financial advisor to do a diversified stock. That way, all of your money is not just going into one basket. It can go into
Okay.
stocks, and then you can do annuities or a IRA, but just don't have all your eggs in one basket. That's the one thing that I want to say. And as far as your
Oh,
money go, make sure you have money, extra money, because it's not like gambling, but it is in some instances because like if the stock market crumble, then yeah, you're gonna lose money. But most of the time, the stock market is up there, and you make money. And just make sure you have enough money because you can't really touch it. You don't want to,
Right.
as soon as you make $5, you don't want to go in there and pull it out. You have to be a long time
Be,
investor
so
because that's how
be
your money
patient.
grows. The longer you keep it in there, the longer
Right.
you'll make money. The more it'll grow.
Wow. My guest has been this morning, Robin, our financial guru, Mad Money Monday. What did you say the topic is going to be? What are we going
Money
to call it?
Madness
Yeah.
Monday. Money
All
Madness.
right. She will be every Monday. She's coming on and she's going to give us our little tidbits about these tools and proofs that we have. I said what I said is always around. We're going to keep her too. She ain't just sitting there. She does a whole lot. You never know when we're going to make sure that we get that out. We want to thank our guests. Listen, every time we get good, it seems like we run out of time. I'm James Mack, your man on the street. We'll be back here tomorrow with another full show. I want to thank our guests. I said what I said. Robin, I want to thank you. I want to thank Brother Lee. Also, he had to go. For all of you that are out there, please be good to each other. It's not going to cost you anything. Be kind to each other. If you be good to somebody, the good you do will come back to you. This is James Mack on the Morning Takeover, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. In the morning, I will see you.